Hi, it's Joy and today I'm going to be watching Motherland Salem, Season 1, Episode 10, Witchbomb, which is the finale. Witchbomb is a very terrifying title. Witches should not be bombs. I am very stressed about where this show is going to go and what kind of a cliffhanger they're going to leave us on, and just there are so many high-stake emotions and events happening that I am terrified. I have absolutely loved this show. Season 1 of this show has been phenomenal. You know, normally I would try to think to shows, you know, Season 1s can be not quite where they're meant to be, and then the shows grow and with time flourish, but already this show is flourishing. I'm in love with Tally. She's my absolute favourite character, but so close behind her, Abigail and Raelle. You know, I have three favourite characters, let's be honest. I love Anacostia, I love Glory, and I'm just so excited to see where the show is going to go, but I'm really terrified as well. So if you would like to watch the unedited version of this reaction and my reactions to all of Motherland Salem Season 1, they're up on my Patreon as well. And yeah, there'll be new shows coming to YouTube soon, votes on my Patreon, etc. But I am ready to... I'm not ready, but let's go. Let's watch the finale of Motherland Salem Season 1. Is this going to be another spree attack? Oh no. Oh god. Camarilla. I mean, she's not killing them. She's just making them all say that. That's slightly better, but are they then going to kill themselves? Stress. I'm very stressed. Are you stressed? I'm stressed.
We did this. Yeah, we did. Wasn't easy. Or fair. But we made it through.
They've survived. My sisters, I love you. I love...
Come on, shipbird.
You have given more than you thought you could.
You
Yeah.
have excess reserves of others will join their sisters on the front lines. But all of you,
everyone knows early deployment is death.
Country. The ninth bell reveals your fate.
Oh, her dad's here. I'm so scared that they're going to get early deployment because they're because all is pissed with them. Yep. Yep.
Guys, I'm so sorry.
Top of the class, they should not be there. They should be in War College.
Just when you get your hopes up. Others in the spree are human beings too. And they might have their reasons.
Yeah, but you're mass murdering people, sweetheart. There's no reason for that.
You know nothing about me.
Just because the army has messed up does not mean that joining a terrorist organisation and murdering innocent people is the right call.
Here we are. War meat.
My love, this is so corrupt. I mean, no one should be straight to war meat.
I will help you find my people.
Oh, don't die, please. So is this why they were chosen to be war meat for this mission, or was this always Alder's plan?
I'm deploying today, Dad.
This little girl, so soon.
That's soon, huh?
I didn't get into war college.
You should have. Their unit is the most successful and powerful.
You wanted me to give it to you when you graduated.
Oh gosh.
I love you, Dad.
Yeah, you too, Ray.
I'll call you when I get home from China.
So you were that old bird's foot and you come back to me.
I promise I will.
She will, because otherwise I will fight.
Another premature, reckless deployment.
Oh gosh.
Instead, I've secured a solo placement for you at War College.
Oh,
Just me.
ditching her unit. That's not how it's supposed to
I've already
be.
moved you out of... Some matrilines are more important than others.
Yep.
They don't...
This is a complete betrayal of everything you've taught us. I mean, the unit
It
that,
really
unit this.
is.
What kind of justice is that?
Oh,
Sounds
Tally.
every single thing.
I believe Abigail's coming right back, but it's so wrong
Were you the
that
surprise tally?
Yes,
unfortunately she is. Oh. It's so wrong to punish people for trying to speak up about a terrible act you did.
Going to need the two of you to come back so you can continue to frustrate me and age me prematurely.
Oh. I truly believe Abigail's going to choose to go with them. Literally everything this was the one thing they had to lean on, was their sisterhood of their unit. And even that's been pulled up from under them.
My parents surrendered themselves, but they killed them anyways. To prove a point.
That would drive you to extremism.
My parents were as by the book
Mm.
as you could get.
no work performed off base unless engaged in a military operation.
Rules and traditions, so stupid.
Mother, my family. Is a family that eats their young really a family?
The military being messed up doesn't mean the spree is right, you mass murder.
Long, terrible story.
Yep. Pretty much the saddest story ever told.
She chose her sisters. Of course, I knew she would,
You
but
didn't
I
think
love
I was gonna let you two have all the fun, did you?
your sisters. I love them so much. Oh,
What's up, shitbird?
I love them so much. Oh. That's what your witchhood is supposed to be about. Sisterhood and being there for each other and not using people.
Trust your gift.
Yeah.
Never doubt it, not even for a minute. Never forget. I will always be close, watching over you.
That's so beautiful that you can do that and see your family.
Tell me more.
Whoever it is, they feel hostile!
It might be any of a half a dozen armies seeking the Tareem.
On the spree!
Entirely possible.
Oh.
Stay vigilant.
See, this group is far too powerful to be dismissed on a whim if you truly cared. I mean, I don't think anyone should be dismissed on a whim, but...
I believe it's time we clear the air.
That be clearing the air on the civilians you had us kill?
Oh, Tally.
Or the fact
You think you see everything, don't you?
It does seem like you owe us some answers.
I owe you nothing.
You do, actually.
But
You
I
owe
will
them
not justify
everything.
My action. First time I made a decision that affected the life and death of soldiers under my command was over 300 years ago.
Well, yeah, maybe it's
I've
time
made
that you've
countless
made
decisions like it since.
a group,
Some hurt more than others.
a council.
But there's not
You weren't ready. And you made us into murderers.
I made you into soldiers. And in the end, you were ready. Many thousands of lives were saved that day.
Well, then maybe
Hold on.
you should have
And what
had
about the president? Whose life
this
were you saving
conversation
there? How are we any
with
different
them
from the
sooner.
spree?
I'm so proud.
The
This
puppet
scene,
whoever
my
gets in the
god.
way.
Taking the body and
So proud of them. They would be better leaders than bloody older. And they've just finished basic. Oh my goodness.
dress her like my sister.
Oh gosh. Hi, I feel sick. Anyone else feeling sick?
Hopefully, this means my people put this up to protect themselves. Our songs, the ones you so desperately want to learn, can reshape the earth itself.
I'm really worried for them.
The desert is crawling with people that mean to harm them. The spree would rather kill the Tareem than have them join us in contrary to
Tally is just so strong and I love her.
power and hunted me relentlessly until the day I decided to fight back.
I understand why she started all
Tareem
this.
and their songs to make a better, safer world.
That's what Tally wants to believe.
General?
But why are you the one woman in charge of all of that? Like, oh, I love these characters and this world. It's one of my favourite things is that Order isn't just good, she isn't just bad. The spree have some point, although mass murder is never acceptable.
Ask and it shall be given you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you.
Oh god.
The transport. He'll die there.
She's letting her go?
What are you doing? I have no idea.
Oh my goodness, Anacostia.
Every piece of.
Thank you.
Oh,
Hold on to the part of you that's good.
please, Scylla, okay? For season 2, I could believe in you. But if you betray me, that will be it.
When we get back to Fort Salem, we're going to have to discuss your future.
Yes, please. Oh god. Tally, tally, tally.
There are people outside, but it isn't the spree.
Oh god.
They're not witches.
How do they have magic then? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Is the
Oh no. The burning times are still here. The hatred's been festering in the darkness. They're able to fake.
Twisted version of our work.
That's what the people that attacked Abigail's family had, isn't it? Oof. Oh, Tally, I adore you. Yes, my children. Oh my goodness. Oh. Tally, I adore you. I mean, these men are just hateful, intolerant bastards. Oh my goodness. Alder's lost 2. Can she cope with that?
Take me.
What? No. 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 Can this be undone?
It's my honor.
We need to leave. Come on, Tally.
Can they undo that, please? Tell me that's just a check she can get a proper person later on.
I didn't know what else to do.
Oh, sweet girl.
You did good, Tal.
Child.
I'll get it.
Oh no, she doesn't have that anymore.
Gotta go.
Okay, buddy.
She doesn't have that anymore. What the fuck is happening? What the fuck is happening?
You let me go.
You need to shut up and let me concentrate.
You gotta break the link or I'm gonna take you with me.
Not gonna happen, caller.
Oh my god.
General, we need to go now.
What is happening? This is not acceptable. Is this some weird vision of the future? Can we undo everything that's fucking happened here, please? No.
I love you, Shipper. What was that? I have no idea.
What was that? They need to be okay, and Tally needs to be young again, okay? Otherwise I'm not okay with this show. Are they okay? Did their bond and their love, is that saving them? Oh, my loves. Oof, they're gonna cost you following her. Was this her plan all along? Or is she working with her? Well, it looks like a lot of fun being spree. Raelle's mum is the head of the spree.
You were supposed to bring me my daughter.
Did she not know? Oh my goodness. Maybe if you told her you were alive, you bitch. So I really don't know how I feel right now. I kind of want to look up what news we have about season 2 because I'm not okay if Tally's not going to be in it anymore. I'm not okay if Tally's just going to be one of the bloody biddies. That is not okay by my, like, I might even not physically be able to keep watching the show. Raelle and Abigail, I was terrified for a minute there when I killed them off into season 2 was going to be about a whole new crop of witches. They do appear to be alive. Goodness knows what's happening to them, but I guess they're going to be okay. Can you reverse what was done to Tally? Please? I'm not a huge fan of the last, like, 10-15 minutes of this episode at all. Yeah, it's kind of questioned my love for the entire show if things go forward in this manner, which I hate because this show I really have fallen for. So I'll try and focus on the early parts of the episode. I hate the fact that they were not chosen for War College specifically because they had spoken up against Alder. Maybe she just wanted it to kind of show them her power, put them in her place. Then she was going to kind of assess them on this mission and then give them access to War College when they got home because they were extraordinarily skilled. You know, they were the kind of cadets that would go on to War College. But no matter what happened, she has caused all 3 of them to sacrifice themselves. even if they manage to get through this and survive, all three of them have sacrificed themselves. So she's got a lot of work, a lot of answering to do there about what she does and why she does it. I did love all the moments where she was having conversations between them and Tally, and I think it was particularly important that Tally was the one that was doing the most of the talking to her, because Tally was the one that believed in her the most at the beginning of the season. Alder has a lot of points, you know, she's not a stone cold evil person. She has some things that she says and does that are true, but her methods are wrong. And it's wrong that she's the only person in charge. I talked about that to death in my reaction, so I'm not going to go on about that further. And I think the fact that Tally went from questioning her to giving up her life for her shows you the strength of Tally's heart, of her goodness, of her strength. And if that stays the same, if Tally is gone, essentially, because what kind of life is that? I don't know that I'm going to be okay. She's so brave and so good, and just what she believes in is the future that we should have. Tally, someone like Tally should be our leader. I truly believe, to be honest, a trio like Tally, Raelle and Abigail, they each bring necessary qualities to the table. They would be the perfect leadership. Abigail's mother, once again, showing Petra that nepotism is alive and well, and that for all of her talk of wanting what's good for everyone, she would not be a better leader than Alder, because she puts her own first. And I can understand a mother wanting to protect her own daughter, but she should try and protect all three of them. And then you go from your unit to you're the only one I care about. And it's kind of funny because Raelle is special because she is this especially powerful witch, and she is able to do this amazing healing. Tally is special because she's got this extra special sight. She is such a, I mean, she's gonna be fine, sight that she can do. Abigail is the least so far special. Like, she's a, do not get me wrong, she is a formidable witch. She is the, like, potentially the most efficient at the work they do. She is a brilliantly strong witch, one of the most powerful witches. I'm not being down on Abigail, but it's kind of funny to me that she's the only one that doesn't have anything special to her other than her name, and yet her mother acts like she's the only one that matters. But the three of them being sisters, and how heartbroken Tally and Raelle were when they thought that Abigail had just left them, because they would never have believed that of her, but as far as they could tell, she had. Because that was just last episode I was saying that, well, at least they have each other, even if the rest of their world had been ripped apart, and then they immediately lost each other. But I'm so glad that, of course, I mean, I was never doubting that Abigail was going to go with them, but I love that they had that moment where she didn't. Alder, I still don't like. I don't think she needs to be necessarily deposed, but I think that there should be a council of witches that rule rather than one. And I still don't know what repercussions there are going to be regarding her puppeting the president. Then I'm really glad that Glory got into War College. I actually love Glory. Also, before I get to kind of end events, Anacostia really did connect with Scylla and saw that there was potentially a future where if Anacostia hadn't been taken in as a foundling, she may well have ended up down that path, because her parents died for a really stupid reason. I'm sorry. You use the magic to save yourself, yet you don't use your work outside of official capacity to skip to the front of a queue, but you use it to save your own lives and not leave your child an orphan. So that kind of rule is, it should be in a military, in a combative situation, or to save yourself. Her parents were dumb. They were honourable. I'm not trying to say, like, shame on them for dying, but they were pretty stupid. So I like that they kind of found that common ground. And Anacostia smiled when she saw Scylla go into that base. So is she using her as a double agent? I really hope so. Or is she just trusting that Scylla's going to make the right choices? I kind of hope she will. Then there are a turn of events that Raelle's mother is alive and the head of the spree. Or at least a senior figure in the spree, if they don't really have a head. Oh, my blood is boiling. She has left her husband and daughter, to mourn her death. She has sent someone in specifically to manipulate and use her daughter. You just contact Raelle and say, honey, I'm alive, I'm in the spree. Raelle may well have come to you. So I don't like Raelle's mother. Raelle deserves so much better, and I really hope that that's going to help Scylla turn against the spree if she needs any more prompting. And Anacostia letting her go, I feel like there's probably going to be some repercussions to that if Alder wasn't in the middle of this mission, so when she gets back there will be some repercussions. Then we get to the actual mission itself, which I kind of appreciate that the spree technically were warning them at the beginning of the episode that their old enemy is ready and fighting. They are the ones that have been doing this, cutting out the vocal boxes. They've got their own form of magic that they use. The Camarilla, that is terrifying, because if they're using your powers against you, then they're almost on a level playing field. But I love the way their teamwork worked. Tally using her sight to help them. Them all fighting, saving the Tareem and proving that they could help them. I'm still scared about exactly what it will mean, because if the military get these workings, then eventually everyone will have them, including the Spree and all the bad guys. But there is more than one enemy, and Order was incredibly short-sighted to assume there was just one. So I really hope that going forwards, at least if she's going to be our one blimmin' leader, she's going to have her eyes open to the fact that she doesn't know everything, and that she's not all-knowing. And she did not end the burning times. She put a stop to them for temporarily. She gave witches more power in the situation, but she did not end them. Then we have the whole dramatic ending. Now, Tally giving her life for Older. That woman does not deserve to take any more young women's lives. It has to be reversible. It has to be reversible, because no. It was a beautiful sacrifice. Tally is everything. But, oh, please let that be reversible. Please say that when they get home, they can get to, I don't care, screw some other young women over that are more willing, that have been like dreaming of giving up their life for this all along. And then Raelle getting stabbed, and Abigail choosing to stay with her and risk her own life. Just the sisterhood between these girls. I think if Tally hadn't just given up her life to Order, she would have been able to jump out of that copter and they'd all been there together. But just that moment where they were willing to die together, and then something else happened. The blackness exploded around them. They were holding hands, and was it because they loved each other? Was the strength of their bond? I need to know what's happening there. I'm really annoyed that we don't have season 2. Especially as it's not just a cliffhanger, but it's a cliffhanger that's left me genuinely upset. Not just like, oh my god, what's going to happen next? But like, if this is it for Tally, if Tally is just going to be an old lady now doing Order's bidding and hissing at people for her, I'm really upset about that. Tally as a character deserves the world more than that. Abigail and Raelle, if they were to be dead, I would be probably ending the show, ending my watching of the show. I do believe they are alive, and whatever is happening we will get to the bottom of and we will save them, but I'm not okay right now. I will be after this watching the after show to see what they have to say about it. So yeah, I love this show. I have hope that they're not going to ruin my life. I truly don't know what my future with it is right in this moment, which I hate because I'm not okay with what happened with Tally. Maybe time will do differently, but on the whole, I love this show. On the whole, I'm desperate for season 2 so I can get answers and hopefully have my heart fixed. But what I've loved most about the show is the bond between the sisters, between Tally, between Abigail, and between Raelle. The 3 of them are everything. And the wider witch community, we saw that that isn't quite as tight a sisterhood as they want you to believe. So I am extraordinarily stressed. I'm quite sad right now, but I do love this show. So thank you so much for watching. A reminder, if you want to watch the unedited version of these reactions, they're all up on my Patreon. Okay, so just a couple more thoughts. I've taken a little bit of time. I've googled some interviews and what they said at Comic-Con, and I've watched the Freeform After the Storm things, and I'm still scared, basically. I'm still very apprehensive. I do not want Tally to remain a biddy. I don't personally agree with the concept of the biddies. I agree that I understand that they are willing. What I am hoping, because the showrunner has refused to say either way whether, obviously, it's going to be reversible, but he has said that season 2 is going to explore what it means to be a biddy, what the nature of that connection is, and how the link is sort of mother-daughter-lover, slightly creepy, and that Tally is going to maybe start to experience some of Order's memories. So if what I would like to happen going forward is that they reverse the process, they get someone that was an actual winning candidate, or 2 technically, because I think 2 of them died, but they get an actual, like someone that had been on the list, on the candidacy to be a biddy, and they do the ceremony and she takes over the role and Tally regains her youth. Like, there needs to be a certain number of biddies, and so Tally is able to be Tally again, rejoin her unit, because that is my favourite part of the show. And taking, like, you know, if Raelle joined the Spree and left the unit, I would hate that. If Abigail had gone to War College and left the unit, I would hate that. My unit has to stay together. But the link endures somehow, that she's still linked to Order. That would be fascinating and interesting. That would still be a way to get best of both worlds. If they leave it where Tally is old forever and dies in a few years, I'm going to struggle with this show, I can't lie. But I'm kind of feeling more confident that they won't do that, because the bond of the sisterhood is what's mostly important. And that maybe it'd be more of a struggle for Tally, that part of her feels like she should still be a biddy because she made that sacrifice and did that ritual. But I'm not okay with that as an ending. So yes, please put Tally back with her group. Order is a complicated woman. Like I said, I don't hate her, I don't love her, but I hate the idea of the biddies. Like, Tally did it in the desperation of battle, so please, there's a precedent for that, and there's a precedent that it can be undone, because no one should have to give up their life forever like that. Then we have the kind of thinking more about what was been happening with Raelle and Abigail, their survival and that magic and the magic sort of fungus that's coming off them. Is that to do with Raelle and her power and her strength? Is that to do with a combination of that and the fact that she touched the weird mushroom thing? That's how they survived, that Raelle's magic was so strong that she was able to heal them both. I think it's definitely, whatever that was, whatever happened, it's going to be tapped into Raelle and her powers. So I'm fairly, Abigail and Raelle are going to be okay. That is my firm belief because they're the two of the main characters. And Tally has to be de-aged. And then be with her unit, but still feeling some of the biddiness, because if it's any other way, I'm going to really struggle with this show. I think I'll be able to keep watching, touching wood. I never know. Basically for me, I am someone that I love television. I love books, I love movies, I love all kind of otherworldly creations. And when I love a show, I give part of myself to it. I bond to it. It's part of why I love making reactions. I love sharing my love for these shows. And it's also something that my love for these shows helps me get through rough times in my life, anxiety, depression, personal things that are happening. So I have had several shows now destroy me by doing things like killing off my favourite characters, breaking up my relationships for no reason after leading us on. Things like that have happened to me in several shows. And it's got me into a place now that when I fear that's going to happen to me in a show, I feel this fear. I can't even describe the feeling that comes over me, and that's the feeling I got when Tally became a biddy. So if she stays an old lady biddy, stress. I'm not going to necessarily be okay with that, and I can't promise I will keep watching and reacting to the show because Tally was my favourite. Now, if Abigail and Raelle had died on top of that, this would have definitely been the end. But the fact that they're going to be alive, I'm definitely going to watch season 2. I'm definitely going to, and I will film a reaction to it. It's just if they break my heart too much, I can't guarantee there will be more. But that being said, I'm feeling more optimistic now that my brain is moving away from its terror, because my brain immediately jumps to the worst case scenario. And my worst case scenario is Tally remains an old lady biddy. But, they kept the same actress. Obviously, they just aged her a little bit. So I'm really hopeful. So yeah, that was just another quick update. Thank you so much for watching.